So why do people want to drink ayahuasca, San Pedro? Why do they want to eat magic mushrooms? I talk to people about magic mushrooms and they might have heard something about it, but they're all so inspired and they really want mushrooms. They really want San Pedro. Bring me San Pedro, Justin. Where can I get mushrooms? Where can I find ayahuasca? And so my question is, why do you want to consume these substances? Just because I guess I must make it look really good, you know? So if you can't get a hold of these substances, I'll tell you what they have shown me. They have brought me to near-death experiences, or the illusion that I'm on the verge of death, and then to come back to this life and to feel rebirthed, like I have another chance at doing things differently. And so how can you get this rebirth experience outside of sacred plant and mushroom teachers, medicines, whatever you want to call them? I have found over the years that climbing mountains, going on long walks, adventures, things like this can put you in the same like post-experiential state as ayahuasca or San Pedro or mushrooms. And so what happened is I came to Peru. Someone invited me to Peru to drink ayahuasca for free. I drank ayahuasca like 20 times in a month, and then I kept drinking ayahuasca for a year. I did 10 more ceremonies, maybe a little bit more than that. Probably over 30 experiences within a year, and then I stopped. Same thing with San Pedro. In the same year that I did over 30 ayahuasca experiences, I also did over 30 San Pedro experiences, and then I stopped. And then I decided, I got into this state where I started going on these mountain adventures and getting to these very steep places where you can die trying to climb these things. You can seriously injure yourself, and when you're in the middle of nowhere, you injure your leg, your foot, or whatever, you can't get out of there, you die. And so I started realizing that without using any substance, that I could get into a place physically in the mountain where I'm like on the verge of death, where if I decide to keep going, I could live, I could die, or I can decide like I really don't want to go through this. And I was faced with the near-death experience already, just being at this crazy wall where I could die if I want to, and I'm going to choose to live. I'm just going to go back down. And so I began to realize that these mountain experiences were putting me in the same post-experiential state as sacred plant and mushroom medicines. And so being faced with death or a near-death experience puts you in the same state where after you get out of this, you're more thankful to be alive. You feel like rebirth. You feel like everything tastes better. Everything feels better. Just to be able to sleep comfortably and have a place to lay down. You get into these crazy steep places in the mountain where you can't even lay down. You can't even rest. And so to be back in a place where I can just lay on the ground and I'm not going to like roll down the mountain and die. You become thankful for the most basic things. And so recently, like just over a year ago, I found magic mushrooms for the first time since I've been in Peru. I mean, I found them here and there, but I have never found a place where I could go back and use mushrooms like I was using in Canada, where before I left on this trip in Canada, I ate mushrooms almost every day for 2 years straight. I went 2 weeks where all of the food I made, I put mushrooms in everything, in the salad dressings and chocolate bars, homemade organic chocolate bars that I was making. Just like put mushrooms all in them, make a salad with the dressing, marinated with psilocybin and other herbs and raw cannabis and things like this. And so I really enjoy the microdose experience and the way that it develops your capacity to keep exploring and pushing yourself, where the idea that like I am this person, I have these thoughts, I do these things, it's gone. You will say whatever you need to say, you will do whatever you need to do to be able to evolve to the next state, to be able to express what you need to express through your heart and become the person you want to be or need to be. And so, like I said, recently it's like the first time in a long time where I've had access to mushrooms. I started eating microdoses of mushrooms pretty much daily again, and then ran out of them. I could go get more if I wanted to, but I ended up finding the cactus San Pedro again in powder form, where I realized after I had done these 30 experiences that I can get the powder and you don't have to cook it, you can just drink it with water. So it makes it as easy as taking magic mushrooms. So you just drink the powder and water and that's it. And so it's been just over 2 months, I think, since I started using San Pedro again for the first time in over 3 years. And I have found it very beneficial. And I have also found that within these San Pedro experiences that I need to go walking in the mountains or climbing some crazy thing or doing something where I am like in the San Pedro experience faced with this like amplification of all of my senses, and then to put myself physically in the near-death experience or the at the edge of death, where it's like, wow, I'm on the edge of this cliff and I could die, or I just climbed up this crazy steep thing and now I have no idea where else to go, so I'm gonna have to climb back down it with a huge backpack, a bunch of weight. Could pull me down the mountain and that could be it, but I'm going to do everything I can to do it with patience and to make sure I get down safely. And once I get through this experience where I physically faced death, and through the psychological experience with the San Pedro, everything was amplified, where I really felt this like, wow, this could be it. Once you get out of that, it's another level of rebirth. And so maybe some people think I'm crazy, maybe no one understands this, but this is what it's all about for me at this point, to come face to face with the boundary where it's like, I can continue this existence. I really want to. I need to show myself that I want to, or this could be it. It's up to me to decide what I want.